So I completely forgot that I wanted to film this video until I got a message in my inbox from Makeup by Dedra buffing me for not telling her how good this was. Hi guys, welcome back to Sheri Approved, and in today's video I am going to discuss my 5 most used eyeshadow palettes of 2020. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I welcome all of you back. If you've been here around for a while, thank you so much for joining me again. And if you're new, welcome to the Sheri Approved family. Make sure you subscribe, that you like this video, and definitely leave a comment below if you like these types of videos. So here's the thing, right? Like, I realized that there were some palettes that I was using over and over and over and over again. And I wanted to film this video and share with you guys my loves in terms of eyeshadow palettes that I have been using. I mean, my collection is ridiculous. Nobody needs a collection like mine, and trust me, it's still not as bad as some. But yeah, nobody needs so many eyeshadow palettes. And yet sometimes, I don't know about you, but there are certain palettes that you're just always drawn to, that you continuously use. And what tends to happen to me is when I get new palettes, I put them into rotation to see my thoughts. And once I love it, it stays there for a while, and then I forget to use other things. So the other thing is that I thought about the fact that, you know, COVID happened, the pandemic was going on, people wasn't really going out, hardly anybody was wearing makeup. I don't even know how relevant this video is right now. It's probably more fun than anything else. But while we might be wearing masks, we need to make sure those eye makeup looks are on point. So perhaps this might be useful. I don't know. But yeah, these are the eyeshadow palettes that I have been using non-stop and I absolutely love and recommend. So in no particular order, but I'm going to leave my favorite for last. The first one I'm going to talk about is this is the Natasha Denona. Oh gosh, the lighting is terrible. The Sunrise palette, right? Yeah. So I think I did show you guys this when I hauled it, and I'm going to try to include for you all some looks with these eyeshadow palettes that I have been doing over the last, 6-7 months. But you would have definitely seen me do looks with this palette. Yeah, look at those shades. You see that shade on top there? I have it upside down, but this yellowy shade over there, oh my gosh, I love putting that in my crease. I have been obsessed with yellow in the crease and just below the brow bone. So I have been using that a lot, and this palette has been a real go-to for me. Now, in terms of Natasha Denona, I know it's like a bit up there. Like, this palette is $65 US, so it's not cheap at all. However, I do prefer these smaller pan palettes because I find it's easier for me to pick up. I gravitate to them. I tend to use them more than the big ones, and so I like the fact that she's coming out with more of these, and I think it's also easier for people to spend that money on those palettes. Have you guys seen the bronze? I have not decided yet. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I don't need it. I don't need it. But yeah, her formula, as always, is very, very stunning. And like, when you touch the shades, you can actually tell, you know, how much I have used these. And it looks, let me see if I could swatch a few for you here. Oh my goodness. Look at those shades. Ooh. Absolutely gorgeous, and they feel creamy and buttery. I mean, for the price, you expect high quality. The mattes blend superbly. They blend into each other so lovely. And in fact, for me to stop using this palette, I actually boxed it and I hid it away for a few months so that I wouldn't pull it out. I will use some other things. That's just to tell you how much I loved it. Really do, and I definitely recommend it. The next palette I have to share with you is this one. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Cali Bible collaboration, and you can actually see how much I love this palette. I have gotten some good use. You see that gold shade there? Absolutely gorgeous, and I will probably hit pan on that soon. That particular shade actually is because of how metallic it is, and I think they have some glitter and stuff. I don't know, it was a little bit crumbly, but I just literally pressed it back and it works perfectly fine. I also did not want to necessarily talk about this because, you know, with everything that is happening in the beauty community, and I try to stay out of that conversation and just keep it, you know, let's just be happy, let's just enjoy our makeup, enjoy our products, enjoy our hauls and so on. But ABH has been in the tralala recently, so I don't know if anybody still wants to pick up this palette, but listen, if I've spent my money on something, I'm not necessarily going to dump it or throw it out. I'm going to use it out. Deciding whether I will purchase again in the future is a whole other issue. But the thing about it is this palette was really, really well made, and I didn't think that I would actually reach for it as much as I do, but I do. And why am I actually again choosing colors similar to the ones that I actually just swatched? Oh gosh, look how terrible I swatched. Look at that. Swatch this one there. But yeah, you can see how reflective they are, but I just want to swatch like a couple of the matte shades for you to see like how good they are. And that's the thing, the quality. Yeah, there we go. The quality of yeah, you all seen it? Wonderful. That's the thing, the quality of these palettes from ABH has been consistent for me in terms of the ones that I have. There have been, I think, 2 palettes in the whole range that had like slightly different formulas that some people either loved or didn't like, that kind of thing. But in general, I have loved these. But the color story in this has worked beautifully for me. In fact, the kind of purpley blue shade, some of them have one of them have a little bit of a shift, and I have used that a lot on my lids. It's different. And the thing about this palette, what I loved about the Kbeauty palette, is that you could actually do completely neutral looks again with this palette. But for somebody who is wanting to probably, you know, have a palette that they can do neutral looks with, but still also get like a little bit of a pop of color, or start experimenting with some other shades that might be a little bit out there but not too out there, I find this is a good one, the Kbeauty palette, because the metallics and the shimmers are beautiful. This is one of those palettes that you can actually do just 2 shadows and you have a complete look. Just take one of those metallics, sweep it over your lid, and just blend out the crease. You're done. And you can do quite a few combinations of looks from this palette. I absolutely love it. Next up is a palette that I don't think that anybody would be expecting, and this is one of the palettes. I think I got it in my Ipsy. It could be Ipsy, probably earlier in the year, and it also surprised me. And this one is actually by Smashbox, and this is the Smashbox LA Covershot eye palette. I wanted to make sure I'm saying the right thing. This one is actually $45 US, and look at it, guys. Listen, this palette is an excellent travel palette. You see these 2 quadrants in the middle here, beautiful neutral shades, but then you have like this one which will give you a pop of color, and then you have this one which is like a far more cool tone look. And the thing about it is you can actually mix the shades in between here. This really surprised me. It's actually the eyeshadow palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. And I realized that when I wore this, I used this a lot for very neutral looks, very quick looks, because the mattes in this palette blend phenomenally. I mean, not many people have been talking about Smashbox eyeshadows for a while. I don't know if Smashbox just don't send out what PR or something, I don't know. But they don't trend as much as other brands. And they have the mini Covershot eye palettes, which are really nice quality. But again, a lot of people don't talk about them. And this one, I was glad when I got any subscription boxes. When I started to use it, I was like, ooh, girl, I love this palette. Absolutely love it. So on my eyes, let me kind of show you what I use. So I actually use, let me see, this shade. No. Yeah. This section here. I use this matte in my crease. I use the dark brown. I use that in my corner, that dark brown, the shade that is I'm looking at right here. This one, the metallic shade at the top there, is what I use all over my lid. And then the matte cream shade all the way to the end over here is the one that I actually use on my brow bone. And this shade at the top here is actually what I used in my inner corner. And that's the look that I'm wearing today. I like it. It was so easy. I probably did this in 5 minutes. No cut crease or anything like that. But they blend really beautifully. And if any of you are still subscribed to Ipsy and you see this on sale, like sometimes they will have like $12 or $15 for full-size palettes, definitely grab it. I think it's a nice one. And the mattes that they have there in terms of the pops of color, they also blend out really nice. And you could put those in your crease also with the brown, just to kind of make it a little bit more neutral, but with a little bit of a color. And then just put one of those neutral shades on your lids, the metallic shades. Pop in and you look like you real thought about your look, and you're probably just experimenting. So this one should not surprise you all, because I was using this non-stop in a lot of videos, and I was including it in the description box. So if you've been paying attention, you know that this one is not going to surprise you. And this one is actually another palette that I got in a subscription box, but I got this one in BoxyCharm, and it's the Beauty Vintage Dawn palette. And I remember that when I first used this, like, you all were going crazy over that sunsetty eye look that I did. I think I did I do a tutorial? I can't remember if I did a tutorial on it. But then when I did it, and people kept asking, what palette did you use? What palette did you use? And I told them it's this. Everybody was like, I get that in BoxyCharm. I never use that. Listen to me. If you have not used this palette, I don't know what you're waiting on. Can you see how well that is? On the other side is a mirror. I have used every single shade in this palette. You see, especially the oranges and so on. That green, I have smoked out my lower lash line with that green so many times. I have used it in the outer corner. I have put, you see this beautiful gold at the bottom here, but I'll just show you some. Oh my god, it feels so smooth and nice, especially that gold shade. What shade is that? Serengeti. But I want to swatch this green as well for you, so that you could see what it looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. Can you see? I don't know if, like, yeah. And the gold is a little bit crumbly, but I just pack that on, and sometimes I will wet my brush and it will just give you like the most oh yeah, that's what we're talking about, because I don't think my finger picked it up properly just now for you to see, but it's really pretty. It is like, it's way more bold than the camera is actually picking it up, but absolutely beautiful. This is another great palette, and all those colors are so brown girl friendly, and I think that the little pop of the green and the blue inside there gives you something to work with. So you all know that I love to do, for example, like a neutral eye like this, but then I will do a pop of color on the lower lash line. That's a perfect palette to do that with, because you could do that with that moss green and that blue, and they are deep jewel tones. So it looks really complimentary in our skin tones. And again, make sure and pop that yellow in the crease. Absolutely gorgeous. So who could guess what is palette number 5? And palette number 5, but it is my absolute favorite. In fact, it was because of this palette that Makeup by Dedra messaged me, and she said, I cannot believe you've been hiding this and you did not tell me how good this is. And literally for a few days after Dedra was experimenting with these shadows, she kept messaging me like, but Sheri, what was life without this palette? And how many of you could guess what it is? It is this, the Tarte Beauty Textured Neutrals palette. Again, Tarte has been in the news for all kinds of reasons, but we're not going to go there. But listen, this is the volume 1 textured neutrals palette. I showed you guys this in my December haul, my end of the last decade makeup haul, because I really wanted this one. I saw it came out, I could not resist it, and guys, I have zero regrets. Let me show you it first. I mean, you have probably seen it before. So there is a row of mattes, right? There is a row, the matte is the last one, then the second row from the bottom is the sequins, then you have the metallics, then you have the glitters. And let me tell you why I love this palette. Number 1, the quality is phenomenal. Like, this is all the way up there. The price of this palette is actually $48 US plus tax. So for us it works out like we are around, I think, $55 US or something like that with tax. And it is worth, it might sound like a lot, but it's worth every single penny. It is going to be one of the best investments that you make. If you are new into makeup and you probably just want to get like one good solid quality palette that will take you from day to night, from casual to full glam, this is it. Like I was saying, beside the quality, I love the fact that Tarte thought about not just the colors that she was going to put in here, but she thought about the textures. So you have all the mattes that you could possibly need. In fact, I have thought about this, and honestly, if I have to choose one palette to live with, this one is definitely in the running. Like, you all know the Colored Hearts, the Queen of Hearts by Colored Raine is my favorite palette of all time. And Tarte is giving that a run for her money, because this one literally has everything. So you have the mattes, which you need to be the foundation of any look. In fact, you have from the lightest shade to black, Can't go wrong. Then you have those mauvey colors, which will give you the, is that mauvey, pinky, purpley, whatever, shades, which will give you a little pop of color if you need to, or do a little bit more cool tone look. Then you have these sequins, which are shades that have a little slight shimmer in it. It's not like full shimmer shadows, but they are mattes with some shimmer, which gives such dimension to the eye looks. I can't even explain it. And on camera, you're not going to see that. You have to see that in real life on your eye, how it just absolutely looks beautiful. Then of course she has the metallic shades, which are outstanding, super creamy, and then the pressed glitters. And you all know when it comes to glitters, your girl very, very lazy. I ain't have time for glue and this and that. These are literally take with your finger, tap, tap, tap. In fact, all the looks that you have seen me in the last few months where you would have seen glitter, except for that other BoxyCharm palette that I did the tutorial on, has been this palette. I have been obsessed. I have been using it so much. I absolutely love it. And in fact, Tati, you need to hustle and come out with another one, because I am ready to spend my money on something else that is this good. Like, I don't know what is going to probably make, she might do a colorful thing or something that's more themed. I don't know, but I am ready to spend my money on it. I will definitely swatch for you. And the thing about it is that this brown, Lord, look at these mattes. Let me swatch the mattes first for you to see. Oh Lord, this brown, I get away with this brown almost like a black. I could even use it sometimes as a liner because it is actually so deep. And it probably doesn't look like it there, but I will try to include maybe looks or something, or I could probably, yeah, clips of when I actually use this palette. But absolutely gorgeous. Let me swatch some of the metallic shades for you. I'm doing two here. Let me see if I can do the yeah, pinky shade for you to see. And my lights are kind of washing out, like how potent it is. I could probably do some more swatches and post it in my stories for you to like get it, you know, the real element of this. And I'm trying to wipe these off really quickly because I want to show you the glitters. And literally, I will touch the glitter. So let's say I'm going to go with this. It picks it up. Zero. Look at that. Look at that. Blind, yeah? Zero fallout. And I just tap, tap, tap. Glitter is on. Glitter is on. Glitter is on. In fact, let me see if I have a mirror here, and I'll show you guys what I actually do. So that is what I do. I will literally, let's hope that I don't mess up this. Can you see that? Can you see that? Let me put on the other side too. Yeah, and literally, so that is what I actually do. Sometimes I will just take a little bit of glitter, tap it right where the outer color meets my lid shade, and just add a little bit of dimension there. And look at how stunning that looks. Absolutely gorgeous. And this palette just does it for me, guys. Like, every time I put on this palette, I am in love with the looks that I you know, I do. It blends effortlessly. It looks like you spent a lot of time, like you really put effort into your eye makeup, but it was just really high quality shadows. And if you just know how to blend, you're going to do really well. And I think I'm ending this video here because I could keep talking on and on. But seriously, if you have to get any of these, I highly recommend this palette. Save your money, put it on your gift, your wish list for a birthday, something. But get it because it is so worth it. It's amazing. Even if you have all the other palettes, even if you have all the neutrals, you need this in your life. And when you get it, you're going to message me and you're going to be just like Dedra. Sheri, why you didn't tell me about it sooner, guys? I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in another one. But wait, just before I go though, which have been your most used palettes of 2020? Comment below and let me know. Bye.